Welcome back. We continue through element 6 of your life book. Today, we are going to be looking at pages 158 to 160. Okay. And it's titled, What Phase Are You In? So I'm going to ask you real quick, if you do not know your BMI, let's look that up. Let's find out what your BMI is. Let's find out what your waist circumference is, because that's going to be really helpful as we go through this. All right. If you don't know it, get it later. Okay. So we mentioned yesterday that there's actually 4 phases. And it's important to know what's your current reality. So most people are going to find themselves in the overweight or obese category. I say this because studies show about 2/3 of Americans are there. That's where they're starting. And what does that look like? You may be like, am I there? Am I not? Where am I? So overweight or obese is having a BMI of greater than 24.9%, so 25 and up, okay? Having a waist circumference for males greater than 40 inches and for females greater than 35 inches. And then that body fat, which we talked about yesterday, which is optional, that's actually if you're females greater than 25%. All right. So that's just knowing where you are. And you may be in that category, overweight to obese. Okay. So is what it is. So phase 1 is the weight loss phase. All right. So, and in the weight loss phase, you're in that phase 1, until your BMI is under 25, until your waist circumference for men is under 37 inches and for females under 31.5 inches. Okay. And also, if you're tracking the body fat, until men, if you're under 18% and females under 25%. Okay. And this is where we work with so many people who are in this phase. And what we're doing is we're actually guiding them on a path to healthier weight. All right. So once you get there, what does healthy weight look like? Okay, that's phase 2, when your BMI is under 25. When for men, your waist circumference is under 37. For females, when your waist circumference is under 31 and a half. You're going to really get to know those numbers, okay, because they're super important. And then that body fat we talked about, men under 18%. Females under 25%. Remember, these are general guidelines, okay? Having a healthy fat composition is also important, right? And that's really age dependent, and it looks different for everyone, okay? So once we get there, right, we're going to move into healthy eating for life. And this is actually the second macro habit, called healthy eating and hydration. This is where it comes in phase 3, which is optimization, right? Notice I'm not saying maintenance. There is no maintenance. We want to optimize. And what does that look like? Your BMI, it's still below 25. Okay. The waist circumference actually now drops, right? Men, it's below 35 inches, females below 31 inches. And that body fat, it's going to stay with men below 18% and females below 25%. All right. So this is really an exciting phase, because this is when you get to modify your food intake with your energy expenditure, right? And it's going to optimize your health and well-being based on your age and lifestyle, right? Based on how much activity you do. So that's a fantastic place to be. The 4th phase is actually longevity. This is where BMI is between 21 and 24.9. Okay. This is when your waist circumference, check this out, men below 32, females below 29. And that body fat, which we know is optional, men below 12% body fat, females, you'll be somewhere between 17 and 22%. So you may be thinking, you guys are out of your mind. This is just what ultra health looks like. Okay. You may choose to never get there, right? You may be there. Fabulous. Okay. So in the 3rd part of this book, this life book, once you have optimized your health, we're going to start exploring some different things you can do to create ultra health and potentially live a longer, healthier life. All right. So where are you? What is your current phase? What's your BMI? What's your waist circumference? Do you know your body fat? That may or may not be something that you could look at right now. So the phase you are currently in, it's just that. It's a phase that you're going to move through as you get better at managing your weight. Okay. So don't get caught up on the absolute numbers of exactly what weight's going to give you a BMI of under 25, right? It's a target. And for most of us, that seems so far off when you start, but really over time, it's going to seem more doable. All right. So take a moment and think about how much weight you would like to lose. Write down a number. Okay. Write down a time in your life when you were healthier. And then the question is, what changed between then and now? Okay. And then I want you to think about and write down, what would it be like to be back at that healthy weight in terms of how you feel and in terms of what you can do? All right. So that's it for today. Woohoo! Tomorrow, we're actually going to talk about creating your first structural tension chart for weight management. Well, that's exciting. And we're going to pull back from a couple of weeks ago when we talked about it. All right. So thank you for joining me today as we continue through element 6 of your life book. Please feel free, like, comment, share the post, hop on over to the YouTube channel called Healthy and Vibrant. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.